Hello and welcome to Mars Fantasy Footy, the Sun Dream Team edition. Now that the Sun Dream Team is officially open, it's time to discuss my Game Week 1 first draft. I've been playing the Sun Dream Team for 5 seasons now, in which I finished in the top 10k last season. If you're new to the Sun Dream Team, it's a different format to the FPL, as all cup competitions are included, a £50 million budget to pick 11 players instead of 15. This season, the Sun Dream Team have done the opposite to FPL, whereas FPL moved certain players from a forward slot to the midfield slot. The Sun Dream Team have moved players from midfield to the forward slot, where we see the likes of Sterling and Mane now classed as forwards, giving Dream Team managers a rich pool of forwards to pick from. So let's get started. Looking at the Game Week 1 fixture list, we should all know by now that both Manchester clubs have a blank game week, therefore I want to cover players from both clubs from Game Week 2 onwards. I started by selecting the team I want for Game Week 2, then swapped out the blank Game Week players for those who are involved in Game Week 1. I've gone for my trusted 3-4-3 formation, which I think is the best formation for Sun Dream Team, and I like to have all my 11 players, if possible, representing clubs playing in Europe, to acquire what I refer to as a double game week. So here is my first draft. My goalkeeper is McCarthy of Southampton. Even though Southampton are not represented in Europe, Southampton have 2 favourable fixtures in their first 3 game weeks, and at the moment McCarthy has a 0% ownership, making the goalkeeper an ideal differential. In defence I have Trent Alexander-Arnold, Doherty and Aurier of Spurs. As of the highest scoring defender last season, a 63.6% ownership and a home fixture against newly promoted Leeds, Trent Alexander-Arnold is a must-have. Spurs' opening fixtures look great to include either a defensive or attacking cover. I've decided to go for their right-back Aurier, which should get some clean sheet points. I initially picked Doherty as a Wolves player, but he has just passed a medical at Spurs and will give Aurier some competition, or there's a possibility that Aurier may leave Spurs during the transfer window. Therefore, it's more than likely that one will have to give way in my Dream Team 11. My midfield 4 are Ziyech, Willian, Neuer and Maddison. Ziyech carries an attacking threat. Although the Dutch league is not the same standard as the Premier League, Ziyech has proved himself in European competitions. I will look at Chelsea's pre-season friendlies to see where he fits in with the recent new signings completed by Chelsea. With Arsenal's first 2 fixtures against Fulham and West Ham, I suspect Willian would do well for his new club and will want to impress his new boss, Mikel Arteta. Lucas Moura is a nice cheap option into Spurs' attack. I see him as a potential starter for either the League or the Europa League. With some good opening fixtures and a Europa League stint, any Leicester coverage is an option to look into. Sadio Mane, Mo Salah and Timo Werner make up my forward lineup. A home fixture against Leeds United. Mane is a placeholder until both Manchester clubs kick off their campaign from Game Week 2 onwards. As with Mane, a good opening fixture at Anfield on penalty duties and around a 30% ownership, probably a must-have to keep pace with those who will start Game Week 1 with Mo Salah. Werner has a potential to hit double figures for both goals and assists, as high ownership, even though it is his first season in the Premier League, so a possible risk, but will contribute points if he hits the ground running. This gives me a team value of 43.5 million, leaving me with 6.5 million to bring in players from the Manchester clubs from Game Week 2 onwards. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for my final draft, which will be revealed on the day the Premier League kicks off.